Hi. In this episode, we're going to talk about the while loop. The while loop is another looping construct that can be used inside your scripts in order to execute a code again and again. The difference between a while loop and a for loop is that a for loop is closed, meaning it already knows where to begin and it already knows where to end. It knows the exact number of times that the loop will actually execute that block of code. The difference with the while loop is that it keeps running the code as long as a certain condition is true. So while a certain condition is evaluating true, the code will continue to repeat again and again. And when the condition evaluates to be false, then that is what breaks the loop. So really, the purpose of the loop is to execute a code as long as a specified condition remains true. Inside the block, things can happen and certain code can actually make it so that this while condition can eventually be evaluated as false. But until that happens, this while loop will continue executing this piece of code. So to give an example, here we can start with an index which we create ourselves, and the index is called count is equal to 1. So our while condition is as long as that count variable is less than or equal to the number 5, you are going to execute the code. And you can see inside the code, we are putting the necessary pieces together, this count plus plus, to slowly move that condition on and on until it's actually false. So what would happen? The first run through, count will be as 1, and this condition will be evaluated as true. 1 is less or equal to 5. So whatever code will happen in here. And count will increase by a factor of 1. This count plus plus simply increments this variable by 1. So the second run through, count will be then 2, and 2 is less than or equal to 5. It will continue to execute the code, and then count will be 3. Again, looping back to the same code. And finally, when count is equal to 6, after that fifth run around, 6 is not less than or equal to 5. So then our evaluation will return to be false. Our condition statement will resolve to be false. So that will finally then break this while loop. So I hope you get the idea that a while loop is really based on a condition, whereas a for loop is really based on a list or an index. In the upcoming lab, we're going to show how to design and put together a while loop so you can execute blocks of code based on a certain condition remaining true. Please join us in this next lab where we talk about and discuss the while loop. In this episode, we're going to talk about using while loops inside your script. A while loop is a loop where you define the condition that the loop should end. It's not predefined based on an index, as in a for loop. You're not going from beginning to end. You're simply saying, hey, loop as long as this condition is true. And when the condition is not true because of what is happening inside the loop will stop. This is how you design it. Let's go into the terminal. I'm going to create a new script file called script5 and begin with our shebang. And then I will start with I is equal to 1, and this will initialize the actual counter that I'm using for the loop. And the loop will be stated as while. And in my square bracket, I'm saying as long as I is less than or equal to 5, hey, you're going to do something. So I is 1, and of course 1 is less than equal to 5, so that will start our loop off. And in here, again, I can just say do echo the value of I, and of course it's going to put 1, and then I can make a change to I down here. I'm actually going to be adding the line I plus plus, simply incrementing the value of I, and I'm going to put done. So as long as I is less than 5, and initially it is less than or equal to 5, it's going to do this. It's going to echo 1, and it's going to add 1 to the value of I. So I will then be 2. It's going to come back to this loop because that condition has still true. 2 is still less than equal to 5. So again, now it will print 2, and then the value of I will become 3. And then, of course, 3 is less than equal to 5. So it'll echo 3, and then turn 3 into 4 by this increment. 4 is also less than equal to 5. It's going to echo 4, and then make 4 equal to 5 using this increment counter. And then 5, is it less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is equal to 5. So it's going to print 5 and then turn 5 into 6. But 6 is not less than or equal to 5. So then here, when I is equal to 6, the loop will break. And it'll only print out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is how the while loop works. So let's go ahead and save this with escape, :WQ. Add the execute permission to my script file. And now we can run our script file working the same way as we did previously. Thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.